With determination, Bianca focused on not looking down, gritting her teeth as she carefully moved from one windowsill to another. Just as she found a steady foothold, a hand suddenly reached out from the adjacent room's window, covering her mouth and swiftly pulling her inside. Losing her balance, Bianca instinctively grabbed the man's collar, and they both tumbled to the floor. The man ended up on top of her. His enticing scent filled Bianca's senses, making the hairs on her arms stand up. Her logical side wanted to demand that he get off, but what came out of her mouth was more of a seductive moan. "Did Justin send you?" In the dim light, the man spoke to her in a calm, soothing voice, which was comforting to Bianca. Feeling restless, Bianca placed her hands on his chest, sensing his firm muscles through his shirt. Her heart raced, and the heat inside her intensified. She didn't know who Justin was and she didn't care. Right now, all that mattered was staying alive. Are you handsome?" she asked in a weak, hoarse voice. Dave Evans frowned slightly. Nevertheless, he entertained her question. "I suppose you could say I'm not terrible to look at. Then at least you're not ugly." Sleeping with a handsome stranger seemed better than being with a homeless man. Bianca reached up and touched his face, whispering, "Thank you." Then she leaned in and kissed him passionately. Their moans and gasps filled the room until they finally fell asleep from exhaustion. Bianca wasn't sure how long she had slept. When she opened her eyes, she winced as she tried to sit up. Her body ached from last night, marked with noticeable hickeys. Then she heard running water from the bathroom. Her eyes widened. The man she'd been with last night was in the shower. Afraid he might hold her accountable for their night together, she quickly dressed and wrote a note thanking him. She left spare change and jewelry on the bedside table as a gesture of gratitude alongside the note. With no time to waste, she dashed out of the hotel as fast as she could. By the time Dave came out of the bathroom, she was already gone. He glanced around the room, noticing bloodstains on the bed sheet. His frown deepened. Then he spotted the items she'd left on the bedside table and chuckled. As the heir to the Evans family, CEO of the Phoenix Alliance Group, and a hidden economic powerhouse in the city, Dave couldn't believe a woman would simply leave after using him for a night, leaving behind only a small reward of less than $500 and a note. Dealing with him wasn't that simple.